It's May and I've already made so many updates to the home, and I want to share the favorite new buys of May 2025. These are from every store, IKEA, Amazon, thrift stores, everywhere. So let's get into it. I want to show you my absolute fave. So first up, we have this vintage inspired art piece. This is not vintage, this is like $10 on Amazon, but look at that. This is like the first time I've seen like something printed on canvas that I was like, okay, this actually was worth buying. The frame is so thick. It already has hanging hardware on there and it comes with things to hang it into the wall. But I got this from my bathroom because like I like for my bathroom to look creepy. So like the darker and creepier the face, the better as far as I am concerned. Next up, we have these Charter Club sheets. So I was just in Arizona staying with my mother-in-law and I was like, girl, these sheets are crispy. These sheets are good. And they're from Macy's. So I bought the Charter Club 550 thread count sheets and they're like butter. The reason why I love these though is not just because they feel like butter, but they're the right amount of thick. Like I hate a sheet that feels thin. I don't want to feel like I'm sleeping on paper. I want to feel like I'm wrapped in a cocoon, but not one that's making me sweat. And I feel like these sheets achieve that. Plus, they're $80 for the set. Super duper affordable, and they barely wrinkle because you know me. I wash them or babe wash them. They get washed and then Kiva has to change the sheets, but Kiva may leave them sitting in a ball for a day or two and they still really don't wrinkle. So 10 out of 10 for me. They are so soft. Another bedding item that I was like, actually, I've lost my mind over and I'm so upset that I only bought it in a queen size because honestly, I didn't think it was gonna be good. But it is this duvet cover from IKEA. So IKEA like is kind of hit or miss for bedding with me, mostly miss, if I'm gonna be completely honest, because the fibers just aren't doing it. This is like the softest thing I've ever felt, ever. It rivals my Pottery Barn one that looks identical. The only downside of the duvet cover is it doesn't have loops in it. So I have to use like my magnetic buttons to like adhere the duvet cover, but that's fine. I'm not gonna make a big deal about it. Softest duvet cover I've ever felt. It has nice texture to it, so it's never gonna look wrinkled, and it feels just like a baby blanket. Like if my baby slept in a normal bed, which she doesn't, she lives in a crib, this is what she would sleep with, and it comes in both white and pink. Next, we have, and I know you're gonna be like, Kiva, are you okay? Is this you? Yes, we have this nice scalloped area rug. So I redid my bedroom. Stay tuned for that video because I'm gonna give you a whole bedroom tour, and in that situation, I wanted to lighten up the floor because I had a dark rug down. I didn't want that rug anymore. I wanted to brighten up the room, especially since the walls are so dark. And I found this scalloped one at HomeGoods. I found a similar one that I'll link for you down below. But this was $299 for an 8x10. Every rug I was finding online, like I liked it okay, $700. $1,000. I don't like any rugs $1,000 worth unless they're like actual vintage rugs. So I found this one super easy to put down. We just use like our car jacks and I love it. It barely sheds for being wool. It's really soft on the feet and it gives you kind of like that Soho House vibe that we're very much so looking for in our bedroom. Next, we have these lamps that I also got from HomeGoods. They're like a red marble and they come with these lampshades that like are a little bit earth toned. I love these. They are like $600 online. I got them for, I think, $200 a piece at HomeGoods, so a fraction of the price. They were still very, very expensive, but they give off amazing light. I put them both on smart timers, and they just like make a statement on my side table so that I don't have to do too much other decor, which I like. I don't like an overstyled nightstand because I need space for my Kindle, for my Stanley, for this, for that. And this allows me to have something that looks really beautifully styled without it being too over the top. And the last thing I want to tell you about on my nightstand is this speaker. So again, going for the Soho House vibe. At Soho House, they always have music playing when you walk into your room. It helps me feel less lonely when I go into a hotel. I don't know, maybe that's just a me problem. But I really wanted that look. And I also love to listen to audiobooks. And I was like, let's do a twofer because I hate wearing headphones all the time. I don't want to have to wear headphones in my own home. So this is great. It's Bluetooth. It has radio. It has Bluetooth. It has whatever. You can adjust the sound. I think it's really beautiful and it gives you kind of like that nice vintage vibe. Of course, you could put like a record player, but who has space to put a record player on their nightstand? And also, where are you putting your records? My house is full to the brim with this child. So my stuff, like I have like this nice little corner for stuff now. She has the rest of the house. So this is one of the items that fit. Another new addition to the home is this pillow cover. Isn't this so chic? So red is like really trending big time right now. And in my head, I set the trend because remember I made that headboard that was like red like 3 years ago. Yeah. So this, I love this. I'm loving the animals. I love the fringe. I love the color. It's just like dreamy. And the colors in our bedroom are kind of green and red. So we're leading into that without making it look like too Christmas. And I'm gonna show you something super embarrassing. I tried to hot glue it to the chair and you can see it was a very, very poor attempt, but I'm still keeping the pillow cover because like that's my business. Just don't look at it if you don't like hot glue. This is so chic, and you get 2 of these for the price. And I shoved like a big old lumbar in here, and it has lots of stretch and give in the pillow cover. And I just, this looks a lot more expensive than I think like the $20 I paid for the set of 2. Another newish home find for me is this Home Court all-purpose cleaner, or it's a surface cleaner, it's not an all-purpose cleaner. I'm like opening it up so that you can smell it through the camera, but that's not how it works. This smells so much like Nazook to me. It's like a resort in Mexico. This smells like their spa. It's a nice rose scent, but it's not too overpowering. Honestly, rose sometimes reminds me of milk of magnesia, if you know what that is. If you don't know what that is, it's a laxative. So I'm really temperamental about rose smells. This isn't cheap. This is soft, this is inviting. It doesn't irritate my nostrils. And I think this is like just like a really good addition to the space. If you want your home to smell like clean, but not like Lysol, you know what I mean? Lysol, great, get stuff cleans, but I'm like, ah. Next up, we have this pillow wedge. So we moved into like our in-laws for like a few weeks because we were visiting. So like I decked out my space there kind of like I live there, because like, what's a girl gonna do? So I got this pillow wedge, and I think it's really amazing if you have a bed that's kind of far away from the wall, or like your headboard is a little bit dated and old and there's like a huge gap. This fills that gap, and it has storage on either side, so you can put your medicine in there, your phone in there, whatever, if you don't have like a nightstand or something like that. I thought this was a really great addition, and it doesn't interrupt your use of like a normal pillow, which is very, very important to me. So I was very, very impressed by this. I've seen people share this on social like for years and years and years. I thought it was stupid until I tried it, and I had that gap problem, and this was like a 10 out of 10 for me. Next, we have this disposal cleaner. This is not a cute home edition, but it is the best home edition I've ever made. Basically, this gives your garbage disposal a good clean. I've shared ones that clean like drains before. This cleans your garbage disposal. It gets all that stuff around the rim. I know you're putting like your baking soda in there and your vinegar in there, and if you haven't watched my video on baking soda cleaning hacks, click here to go check that out. But this is going to actually physically clean everything, because I don't know about you, but I'm not sticking my hand in the garbage disposal. I'm not doing that. So this gets it nice and clean. It gets off all that debris you thought wasn't in there, and it pulls it out. So if your garbage disposal is still smelling, chances are you haven't actually gotten out all that other stuff, and this is a great way to do so. This works super duper well. I was very impressed with it. It was very much like a ew, disgusting sort of thing, but now this is something I'm going to do each and every week. Another kitchen item that I'm loving is this utensil cleaner. So you get 2 in the set for I think like $14.99, and basically you stick it on your sink in your kitchen, and you're able to get all of your utensils really nice and clean. So of course, if you have a scrub daddy, you don't need this. No one needs this, but I think this is super useful for getting a utensil fully clean, because I feel like people just like kind of like rinse their utensils. They don't give it the scrub that the utensil requires, and you should be cleaning both sides of your utensils, okay? Where you eat and where you hold, because your hands are dirty too. This just gets it really nice and clean before you put it in the dishwasher, and if you don't use the dishwasher, this is a great option, but then just make sure it gets really nice and well scrubbed, because there's nothing worse than food stuck on a utensil after you've cleaned it. Like, there's nothing more mortifying to me. So I love that this gets everything a really nice deep clean, and since it comes in a set of 2, I actually use the other one for my baby's stuff. So this is really great for cleaning like her bottle parts really, really well before I go and sterilize them. Another new home addition I'm loving is a set of 2 wicker boxes. These boxes can fit everything that was in my nightstand. I recently switched to open nightstands, and I was like, what am I gonna do about storage? Turns out I just had too much stuff, and everything I really need fits in here. So this has all my drugs, all of my remotes, all of that good stuff. And then there's another one for miscellaneous items, and you get the set of 2. They fit on a standard shelf, and you don't need any more storage than that, and I think these are really cute. You could also use a box like this for cord management if you wanted to put all of like the devices in here and just have the cords kind of sticking at the side, because it is very, very breathable, and I think this is a really great addition if you're looking for some storage that is also beautiful. Now, I never in my life thought I'd have a striped duvet cover. I am a white and brown girly, like single color, not really any pattern, but I found this one. This is a striped one because again, I was going for that Soho House look, and this is really great for a cheap duvet cover. I am a bougie girl. I'm bougie, you guys know that. But this one has pleasantly surprised me. It's striped, it's brown and white. It does have a zip closure, it has ties on it. If you've been looking for some striped bedding, because stripes are going to help a space look wider. If you have vertical stripes, it'll help a space look taller. And if you have horizontal ones, it'll make a space look wider. If you're trying to create like an optical illusion in your room, adding striped bedding is going to be really powerful. So I thought this was a really great option, because I think it really is under like $50 for the king size, which is absolutely insane. I also found this boho blanket that looks just like Soho Home. The pattern is amazing. It fits fully across my king size bed. It makes for like a great like coverlet if you want to use it as that. It just adds so much pattern and like visual interest, and it's called like boho throw, and I think that's honestly just like an insulting way to think about it. But this company actually sells so many different variations. So if you've been looking to add some color, you wanted a really beautiful coverlet, but you couldn't afford one that's like $400, $500, $600 from like a West Elm, a Pottery Barn, a Soho Home, this is a great look for less. But if you want to support a small business, which I don't know if this one is, is, but 8th generation also has a ton. The blankets aren't quite as large, but I've showed 8th generation blankets for years and years and years on my channel because I love the brand. They're a native owned company based out of, I think, Seattle, but they have great options as well. And I have some totally devastating news, but my refrigerator broke while I was out of town, so I came home to like puddles of like meat juice on the floor. Very, 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 very unpleasant. But anyway, in the interim, we needed to get like an ice machine while we were like working on this whole situation. Anyway, I bought this ice machine. So good. It will make a full like round of ice in 6 minutes. It's countertop. It's not expensive like that stupid GE one that's like $500 for some ice. There's no ice on the planet worth $500 to me. I don't care if it tastes just like Chick-fil-A, okay? I could drive the Chick-fil-A if I really wanted that badly. This is a great ice machine. It makes large and small cubes, and I believe it's like $80, and they even have a smaller version that I think is around $60. It's compact. I could still fit other things on my countertop, and so this was a win from Kiva. Another kitchen item I've been loving is this fruit bowl set. So we have a baby now, and she is eating. Can you believe it? She's like reaching that point where she's like, milk's disgusting, and I'm like, look girl, you still need it, so get it together. But we have so much fruit now, so I found this fruit bowl. It has 3 different tiers. They're all different sizes. It has a beautiful gold rim, and it's great for having your avocados, your apples, all the fruit that kind of sits out on display, but you want it to look beautiful and you want to keep them separate so that they don't like expedite the ripening time on each of them. This is going to help you do that while still having a really beautiful display. And I have 2 other new IKEA items that I recently added to the phone that I'm obsessed with. First, we have this organizer box. So this is great for all of your makeup. I love organization, but IKEA organization has become really, really expensive recently. And if you haven't seen my most recent IKEA video, click here to go check that out. But this is actually still affordable, and this is great for organizing your makeup, your jewelry, anything that goes in your bathroom. This is the thing to buy. It's cheaper than the Container Store, Walmart, Target, and it actually makes sense. All of the compartments make sense. I feel like a lot of the makeup compartments, I'm like, what the hell is this for? Why do you think I have 500 lip liners? I have 1, okay? So this just makes sense. It looks sleek, and it has this really nice black acrylic, so it's gonna really blend in and not look super busy. IKEA also got this Stockholm vase, and it's this nice, beautiful brown vase. It's just stunning. It is a stunning item. It adds some roundness to the home. It adds some visual interest, and it really is like good on its own. And so it's like a 10 out of 10 for me. The next item I actually got for free, and I'm gonna be transparent about that because I did a collaboration with Magnolia, you know, Joanna Gaines' company, and they sent me this lamp as a part of this collaboration, and oh my gosh, this is like the most beautiful lamp I've ever seen. I love the light. I love the construction of it. It's so nice and industrial and kind of like vintage inspired. It's gorgeous. 10 out of 10. I wanted to share it with you in case you're looking for a new light fixture that like actually made an impact and it wasn't just like a boring basic lamp. This is no boring basic lamp, but it doesn't take up too much space. You can still style around it and add other things. And last but certainly not least, we have this gold disc sconce. I added these in my bedroom. These are gorgeous. They're USB rechargeable, they're magnetic, they're really easy to hang, and they just really frame out this piece of art that I got from Facebook Marketplace beautifully. I love this painting, but it was way too small for above the bed, and a great way to make a small piece of art look larger is to add lighting on either side. So I love these. It took me less than 10 minutes to install them. They hold a really, really phenomenal charge, and they give off a really nice glow. So they're giving them that nice luxe look that we're always trying to accomplish in our rooms. So you can use this in a bathroom, in an entryway, in a living room, in a bedroom, it doesn't matter. This is going to be a great addition no matter where you put it. But those are my favorite new home finds in May of 2025. My home is looking good. I'm really happy with the bedroom updates, and like our time here is coming to a close. So I wanted to make sure that we went out with a bang, and I'm really, really loving my space. If you want to shop any of the products I shared in today's video, I linked all the ones that I can link it down in the description box, and be sure to stay tuned because I'm going to give you a full bedroom tour in the very next video. So if you don't want to miss that, you got to make sure you subscribe and those post notifications are turned on. But thank you so much for watching today's video, and until next time, have a beautiful day.